So we have this header. So again, the header information is here that we can edit. You'll notice that it has a little square bracketed thing that says user menu. Now, on a lot of pages, you're going to see that. You don't necessarily have to put it in for every page because the system knows by what page it's on, what system, what menus it has to put in there. But what that actually is in reality is this little login thing here. So we have the header, and underneath that, we have the user menu. Okay, so you need to have that code in there in order to have that login. So that's the header. Mm-hmm. If we go back, we can then look at the footer. So what we have here is the address and this information. So again, if we look at this and scroll down, there's the logo, the address, and this information. So these are things that you're going to have to populate on your system. Right now, you're going to see this generic information in here. So you can simply go in and overwrite it. But essentially, that's how you set up the template. Now, if I logged into the system as one of the users, and again, just as I showed you, you can log in as an admin, you can log in as a user here. So the reason I'm going in here is I want to show you what transpires further on. So the header will always remain on the page, okay? You'll see some other information here, and I'll explain that in a second. But so what's standard on the page is the header, the background to the content area, and the footer. So every page I go into, if I go into permits, I'm still going to have the header, the background page. The stuff that's here is programmed somewhere else, and then the footer, right? So those are the common elements that are in the system. So if I go back into my templates and design, all these common elements are in the system. Now, there's a couple of other things in here that I'll just explain away just so that you know you don't have to go into them. The main ones that you have to edit are the header and the footer. These are optional, content header and footer. But again, if you wanted to have information on each page as a little blurb, you could put something in the content header. But for now, baby steps, we'll worry about that later. The main one you have to look at is the header and the footer. The other ones, style and script, these are already set for you. And what this is, I don't know if you've ever done any work with a website, but they may talk about a cascading style sheet. Have you ever heard that term before?
No.
So essentially what it is it's a definition of what fonts and all the different types of items that you're going to be using on your system are. So this parking deck, for example, so we're saying that's a common element. Now, again, all this stuff you don't have to worry about. I'm just showing it to you now so that you know what it is, and essentially to tell you that you can avoid it. But so if I wanted common elements in there, so that's that parking deck, that's that image. The other thing that it chooses are the font style that's in here, so you don't have to change any of that. However, having said that, if your company font is something, you know, in particular, maybe it's Helvetica and you want all the text to be Helvetica, we would go in here and change the fonts that are used in the system to Helvetica. Okay, so this is where we kind of set the rules for what each page looks like. You don't necessarily have to edit that yourself, but I just wanted to point it out. Same thing with the scripts. What we have here is if there's any functionality, slideshow shuffle or whatever, what that's talking about is this top image. Right now we only have one image in there, but we can set it up so these images rotate and there'll be different images that pop up every few minutes, that kind of thing. So there's a script for that. Now, again, for yourself, I would suggest starting off with baby steps, just getting a look and feel that you are happy with, and we'll work on it from there. And if we want to make it fancier, we can talk about that further down the road.